Hi, Silverlakes homeowners. This is Lisa Gottesman with eXp Realty. You are obviously watching this video because you have a newsletter that I send out every other month. So I'm glad that you found this update. I thought that I would do this. It's more personal. And I want to also talk to you about some pricing strategies later on in the video that are really important. In the past, before we had this hot market, agents would look at the last three comps to come up with a price value. And today, similarly like to car resales, that's just not the best way to price your home right now. There are so many people wanting to move here, and the fact of the matter is that we just don't have any inventory. So when that happens, we should be pricing our properties accordingly, not based off of what it's going to appraise for. Because I promise you that if your property is marketed well and it shows well, that there is a buyer out there that's willing to pay a premium. And I'm going to show you some examples of that in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So in Gateway right now, there are a total of 8 single family homes on the market. Okay. If you were to look, pre-COVID, there would be hundreds of properties to choose from. So in Gateway, if we have 8 homes on the market and we want to look at a pool home, it's going to cost you, oops, what happened here? Let's see, is that going to work? Yeah, okay, search residential. Okay. So, hi everybody. This is Lisa Gottesman with eXp Realty. You obviously received my market update newsletter, and I'm glad you're here. Thought I would personalize it with a video. My clients love that. So, one of the things I wanted to go over with you today that's really, really important is pricing strategy. So, right now, if you were to go out and buy, let's say, a Jeep or a convertible car, with so many people moving here and wanting that, the premium has gone up like twenty to $40,000 for the same car that you could have gotten a couple years ago. So I'm experiencing that right now because my daughter wants a Jeep Wrangler, and it's ridiculous what I'm going to need to pay for one if I decided to do that. So there's no difference with our resale market right now. New construction, they can't even pull the trigger on pricing because they have no clue what the construction costs are going to be. So resale has become a very, very popular thing to buy right now because of all of the unknowns with new construction. So we need to take advantage of that. And as a homeowner in Gateway and as your realtor, it's really, really important that we preserve our values as long as we can. A lot of pricing is going based off the last 3 comps in the community, and that's just not the way it should be done right now. And again, once the market stabilizes, we'll go back to that. But please stay tuned. I'm going to show you some examples of how that works later on in this video. But for now, we're going to go over the inventory and Gateway and talk to you a little bit about my listing that's just about to sell. It's kind of exciting. Okay, so if you were to look in Gateway right now as a buyer or even a seller and find out how many homes are on the market, there's only 8. There's a total of 13 total listings on the market with condos and villas and all of that. But right now, there's just 8 in total. In Silverlakes, there's no active listings on the market today. So if we wanted to look at pool homes specifically, there's only 3 in all of Gateway. They start at $655, and that's for a 2,300 square foot home in Vista or in Pinecrest. Okay. If we want to look at a non-pool home in Gateway, the least expensive home is going to be $505,000 in Stony Brook for a 2,900 square foot house. Okay. So, there's a lot of people moving into the area. They don't necessarily need to be in Gateway. So one of the most important things is to find out what's going on outside of our area. So let's just say somebody wanted to live in Fort Myers, okay, as, Fort Myers, and they wanted to be in an HOA, okay, and they didn't need a swimming pool. Okay, there's 47 properties on the market right now. And let's see. And 405,000 is the least expensive, but that's way out in East Fort Myers over by Veranda. So not really a comp for us. And then we have some properties in Linsford at 1,586 square feet at 439. That's Colonial and Veronica Schumacher. And then as we get closer down here to Treeline, it's 444 and so on. So I think, again, the least expensive Gateway home is right here at 505. So, and Gateway, it has a huge draw because of we're not in as much traffic. We've got great restaurants. The location is close to the airport. So there's a lot of people who are interested in our area. All right. So, and again, let's do that if somebody was wanting a swimming pool. And again, 60 properties on the market. And some of these, in Colonial and Pelican Preserve, they have very high HOA fees. So the price of the home sometimes is, kind of less because it has to absorb some of the carrying costs. But again, here we are looking in here in this range. Plantation 725. Really crazy numbers. So obviously things like a brand new roof, fully renovated, and how you market the home are really, really important. So what I want to do now is just kind of, since I have a listing that's going to close in on Monday in Silverlakes, I want to take a look. I want you to take a look at this listing with me. So every property has a story. I listed this property at $625,000. This was a shoot for the moon price. It really was at the time. And we listed this just a month ago, so 41 days ago. When my client met me here at this home, he had this rented for 2 years, and the home was yellow. It was in disrepair. He thought that we were going to walk in and just do some cleaning. Well, the whole house needed to be completely painted. We had to replace the carpets. We had to clean, all the grout and professionally, like power wash everything, get the sprinklers up and running so that the grass was green. And we did all of this for our client who was out of state. So we did most of this work with the exception of the new roof that was done through insurance. But all of this other work we arranged to have it done with our vendors that we use, so that the client could get he could pay these bills outside of closing when the property closed. So because he just didn't really have a lot of cash on hand. This was something that we offered to him and offer to most of our clients that are in need that way. So just an FYI. So we obviously stage all of our listings for free. And you can tell, it's just the home is beautiful. Great floor plan to show off furniture. So anyway, we are selling this property well over this number. We had multiple offers, multiple offer situation, and called for highest and best. So I received an offer much higher than this number with no contingency, like a 7-day home inspection, and having multiple backup offers. The buyer asked for so many things to be repaired, and we just said, we have this backup offer with no contingencies, and they just moved forward with the transaction because they love the house so much. So I have here on my Instagram page the befores and afters, which is really fun. So I think it's this one right here. And as I mentioned, we offer this as a value add. People ask me all the time, why do you offer free staging? Well, because it helps with our appraisals, it helps with our inspections, it gives us multiple offer situations, it brings motivated buyers. We can, have the best terms. So stay tuned because now I'm going to go over our pricing strategy and how it works. So one of the things about our market right now is that there is no inventory. So whatever type of home you have, you want to kind of go outside your community and look in Fort Myers as a whole. And that's kind of how I price. That's how I price out my listings. And I'm going to give you some examples of that right now. So I'm going to start with this first example. and this is in my own community where I live. So you'll notice that there's 4 listings here with the same floor plan, okay? They were all sold within 5 months of each other, and the 2 top sold at $450 and $479. The bottom 2 sold for $680 and $725. And it is my opinion that these 2 homes that sold for much less money were sold based on previous comps that were sold in the market rather than the lack of supply that's driving up the pricing. So when I listed both of these homes, I looked to see where somebody could enter in this price point for this big 5-bedroom house with a 3-car garage and a swimming pool. And that number was at $675. We got $680 for this one for $699, and we ended up getting $725. Okay, so that's just one example. On this specific one here, this is another example in another community that I sell in, and it's called Marina Bay. And this particular home we listed for $599. Okay, this is a Lennox model. It sold for $626, so it's $27,000 over list price. Sold in April, okay, or sorry, in July. And you can tell that we worked with the sellers and we staged their home to make it look like, you know, they walked into a builder model. Changed the color scheme in the house. Used a lot of their own furniture, but really staged the home to make it appeal to the masses. Okay, so what's interesting about this particular property is that just 5 months earlier, this house right here sold for $467. So mine sold for $626. This one sold for $467. This one took 151 days to sell. It's the same floor plan, same community, same side of the street, same everything. And this house just looked a little bit differently. So nothing wrong specifically with this listing. It's just it had very unique, you know, a unique feel and unique design. And people walked in and it may not have appealed to them. So what we try to do with our free staging is appeal to the masses, make the home very marketable so that everybody will love it. Okay. Now, a lot of agents will tell you that staging does not matter in our market, but I have 3 listings in here that sold, and the rest are not mine, and you'll notice that every single listing sold for less than list price. You can see all of these listings took a long time to sell, whereas mine, 3 days, 2 days, and 21 days over the holiday. And the reason for that is because of obviously, we put together a really beautiful package, great marketing, video, drone footage, all of that, so that our clients, it brings the most discerning buyer into your home. So this listing sold at $444. It was listed. It sold for $439. Again, $475 to $467, $511 to $508, and so on. And you'll note that our listing, $599, sold at $626. Another at $649 sold for $680. And over the holidays, we sold another Lennox at $805, top of market sale. And that list price was at $800. So the staging does in fact matter. And, we work with anybody. People freak out thinking that staging is a big hassle, and it's really not. So if that is a concern, just, let me know. We can talk about it. But a lot of times we use our clients' furniture and just kind of reappropriate things and change the look of the house. Okay. And then lastly, I want to show off this listing. This is a beautiful listing. We sold this one listed at $599 on Essex Square in Hampton Park. Got an offer at $650, so $51,000 over list price. Plus, the customer allowed the sellers to stay in the house for up to 3 months while their house was being built. And we sold this in one day. They were like, "Okay, we're putting this offer in, but you have to take it off the market and sell it to us," because they so wanted this home. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves in is the photography. We partner with the best of the best in the photography and videography of the home. We will do, night shots. We do, beautiful sunset shots so that it just sells the lifestyle. And a fun thing here is if you look at, let's see, where is it? Right here. This is the before and after of this home. So even though this was a really nice house, it just makes such a difference when we stage and the way that we do our marketing. So that's the office. So I think you get the idea. And then lastly, if you are in the market to sell your home and you want to take a look at, like my resume, you can Google Zillow and my name, or any agent's name for that matter. You can get to know us a little bit through Zillow's profile. Here it shows that I've sold 55 homes in the last 12 months. It shows my designations, a little bit about me, tells you a little bit about my listings and what I've sold. And I did a nice little video about Gateway. And then here it tells you about, the transaction itself. So whether I represented the buyer or the seller. And then reviews. I have tons and tons of reviews from my happy customers, which I think speaks, volumes to the kind of work that we do. I have people, during COVID, they had their masks on and they ran up to me and gave me a big hug at Home Goods and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you sold my house for that much money." And I said, "Who are you?" And they had to take their mask off. So we have a lot of happy customers. And obviously, the intention of doing this video is so that I can showcase this for you so that you can get top dollar, because there's no reason why you should have anybody coming in, putting a sign in the yard and taking photos with their iPhone. It's just, when you can get all of these things for free. Lastly, I'm going to show you this. So if you go to yourstagingagent.com, that is my YouTube, it goes to my YouTube channel, and there's a video here of a home that I from start to finish. It's a home for a client of mine in Canada, and he couldn't come here because of COVID. Basically, he asked me to put a value on his house, which was at $450 at the time, as is. He gave me $60,000, so we kind of contracted a bunch of different things to be done to the house. But if you watch this video, you'll see the beginning and the end. And at the very end of the day, we sold his house for $680,000. So needless to say, he was really, really happy with that. So I'm going to leave you with all of that. I will be updating this URL once a month. So please let me know if there's anything that any questions that you have, or if you'd like to do a more in-depth evaluation of your own property. I'm happy to do that for you. And I think that's it for now. So have a great day, and thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon.